Hello, it's Christine here with day 15 already of my special series titled Moving Forward While Staying Put. So today's topic is all about activating your power of reflection. And before I get into that, I want to kind of set the stage here. So I suspect you are doing a lot of reflecting right now. Reflecting possibly on your life, reflecting on the situation at hand, reflecting on the latest news, what's going on. And it's possible that a lot of that reflection, a lot of that inner connection right now is not positive, right? It's maybe full of fear or anxiety or unrest. And that is totally understandable that we have those feelings we're going through. So even more important to step into your power of reflection from an empowered perspective. And this is what a radiant achiever does. And she does this for the purpose of continuing to expand and to grow and to move forward toward her callings, her dreams, and desires. I believe this is absolutely positively possible for you to continue to move forward by engaging, awakening, and embodying your power of reflection. So what do I mean by that? As a radiant achiever, reflection is really looked at from a couple different perspectives. First, and this is so important right now, the power of reflection is about pausing to acknowledge and celebrate the things that you are accomplishing, the things that are going well, that you are getting done, whether it's off your to-do list or some other mental list. At this time, there may be so many thoughts you have about, I'm not getting anywhere, I'm in a standstill, I'm stuck, nothing's getting done, and that's what you're feeding. When you tap into your power of reflection, you are actually feeding yourself with this inner fuel, this inner power to continue to move forward. Because how do we achieve our goals? It's not this big leap forward to the end finish line, right? We achieve our goals one baby step at a time. Sometimes it's one phone call. It's one aha moment. It's one shift in how we're showing up in our day, in our mindset, or our connection to our intuition. So when you pause to reflect every day on what you have achieved, the small baby steps, you give yourself the power to continue that forward momentum. And it's like that snowball, right? We've seen those analogies of the snowball gaining a little momentum, and all of a sudden it kind of takes on a life of its own. That is what you can tap into when you take time every day. Especially now, it's important to take time every day at this time of crisis, of change, of uncertainty, of being home, to acknowledge yourself and celebrate the little things. It doesn't mean you have to have a glass of wine, although you can do that. It's more acknowledging in your heart and really feeling the gratitude for yourself, for you continuing to make progress, no matter how big or small. Every step counts. So that's the first way that the power of reflection can get engaged, again, for celebration. And then the second way that I want to show and teach you how to engage the power of reflection is for learning and growth. So what do I mean by that, learning and growth? As we know, in our journey in life toward our goals, sometimes things go great and sometimes things don't go so great. And along the way, there's so much for us to learn, right? It could be something technical. It could be something we learn about ourselves. That's a shift that we decide to make because we see it's been a limiting belief for ourselves. So when you pause to reflect, I also encourage you to reflect on that inner journey. Reflect on the day, on a particular project, on a particular phone call. What went well? What would I like to do different next time? And really approach this from a place of love and compassion and that growth mindset for yourself. It serves us in no way to be harsh and critical. And again, times are already tough. So how can we really be our biggest cheerleader and acknowledge and really reflect and see who we are being in a beautiful and positive way at this point, right? Maybe we listened with love and compassion to a friend who is struggling. Maybe we've recommitted to taking that next step to create our project in a bigger way during this time, or to pivot to a new way of doing our project, right? All these little things, again, are things for you to acknowledge on your journey. As a radiant achiever, it's about the joy in the flow. And when you pause to acknowledge and reflect, it gives you a sense of joy along the way. And that is so important right now. My call to action for you is to take time. In fact, right now, pull out a piece of paper, pull out a journal, and look at your last 48 hours. What is something, one or two things immediately that come to your mind that you want to celebrate about yourself? Something you did toward your project, or something you did, it could be for your health. Right? I am celebrating that I did a 30-minute Zumba class this morning in my PJs, and it felt amazing. And I easily could have just sat down to get to work. So acknowledge yourself from a broad perspective, but I know you're really committed also to getting your project going and continuing to move forward. So make sure you include something on that too. And then again, on this piece of paper now, pull out some thoughts, some idea about who you've been, how you've been showing up. From an empowered perspective, again, whether it was an inner shift, write down something in the last 48 hours that you that you learned or you let go of or you stepped into that you want to acknowledge about yourself. That's it for today, my friend. Step into your power of reflection. It will give you fuel for this journey. So grateful that you were here today and on this journey of moving forward while staying put. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.